Hey guys, never stop dodging it today, and Dragon Ball Legends have given us the information for the new LF Super Saiyan Goku that is coming out with the weekly reset, and honestly, I'm excited to see what he does. I haven't read any of this, we'll read all of it. This yellow thing here, I've realized is just like a typical summary of everything that he does. I won't go through this, but seeing the element is blue, that's really good because he could be a great counter to Ultra Vegeta Blue. He's going to be Frieza Saga Z, some family Saiyan, Super Saiyan, yep. Makes all sense. Okay, we'll move straight on to the main ability. As I said, all the yellow writing is just a summary of it if you don't want to read what everything is. All the white writing is pretty much what we want to know. So, randomly destroys one of your own cards, draws the ultimate art card Super Kamehameha Burst. Restores Vanish, that's really good. 40% health and 50 ki, cancels enemies, attribute upgrades and buff effect. Okay, straight away, Vanish on top of health and ki is really good. The ultimate is just gonna be very powerful. He also charges 50% of his unique gorge if it has been filled at least once. That's really good. 25 timer counts, which is the typical amount. Really good main ability, pretty standard for these LFs to have something like that. Z ability, heal buff Saiyan, Frieza Saga Z, and Sun Family if you get him 6-star buff, which if you put him twice on these banners you will do, so that's not bad. He gives strike attack and defense and then more blast attack to Frieza Saga Z. Okay, not bad. So strike, he has blast armor, really good to know. Blast is just normal. The special move, massive impact damage. If unique gorge is filled, well, is full, resets only unique gorge to 0 and the following effects occur upon activation. So restores health by 15%, 50% is special move damage, reduces enemy ki by 100 and reduces Dragon Ball. Okay, straight away that's seeming very powerful. It's gonna do a lot of damage, 50% on top of all of that. We haven't even looked at the unique abilities or anything, so that's really good. Reducing ki is always a pain, especially all of their ki, and you can do that multiple times because you could just use the blue when the gorge is full. Reduces Dragon Balls as well, so you can just be an absolute pain. Restores his own unique gorge by 50% on hit if there is a defeated battle member. So if you've only lost like one unit and you use the blue with the gorge field, you get 50% like straight away. That's really good. And if it's not full, 30% to special move damage and reduces ki by 30. So it's still pretty decent without the gorge being filled, but you want to have the gorge filled because that ability right there is pretty ridiculous. Okay, the green, it's one of those long distance like attacks which will interrupt your opponent. It'll be comboable with everything he could do. If unique gorge is full, resets own unique gorge to 0 and applies the following effects. So restores ki by 50 plus 30% to damage inflicted, applies the following effects to self on hit. So that's what happened with the unique gorge, and on hit, draw a strike arts card next, increase the card draw speed 100% to the next strike arts. That's pretty terrifying, and nullifies cover change. Okay, that's a really good green. You want to get it with the gorge pretty much all the time. If anything, that's better than the blue card if you ask me. Like, that's ridiculous. So it also charges 50% if there is a defeated battle member. That's really good to know. If it's not full, restores ki by 30 plus 20% to damage inflicted, and on hit you get card draw speed for 5 timer counts rather than 10, plus 30% to next strike arts, and then the nullification of cover change is only for 5 timer counts. Yeah, it's still not bad without the gorge being filled, but you want to get it with the gorge filled. The ultimate, so deals massive impact damage, blast armor. If unique is full, resets it to 0 and plus 40% to ultimate damage, minus 100% to enemy sustained damage cut. That's very powerful. Restores, well, nullifies the enemy's endurance, inflicts no switching for 3 timer counts, so you can just like snipe someone with that. That's really good, and restores 50% if there's a defeated battle member. Okay, applies the following effects to self upon activation if it's not full, so plus 30% to ultimate damage, opposed to 40, that's not too bad. Applies minus 50% to enemy sustained damage cut, which is half of this, which isn't as good, but it's still a decent amount, and at least it still nullifies endurance no matter what with it, so that's pretty good. Okay, onto the first main ability. So plus 20% to damage inflicted against LOE. Okay, that's pretty good considering there is quite a few LOE units running around at the moment. They will do well. Goku will do well against them. Applies the following effects to self when battle starts. So he automatically gets 50% of his gorge charged, 90% to damage inflicted, reduce damage received by 70%, 60% key recovery, and card draw speed. That's really good considering he can get card draw speed through greens and everything like that. That's really good, and his gorge really good. Applies the so randomly draws one new card when you have 3 or fewer, -5 to strike arts and -10 to blast arts. Okay, you're gonna be able to combo for a very long time in a lot of situations with this guy. Applies the following effects to self upon landing a strike or blasters. Restores ki by 40, activates once. That's similar to the Ultra Gogeta Blue. He has it, I think, 50 instead. Activate count resets after character switch. Plus 10% to damage inflicted for 10 timer counts. Restores Vanishing Gorge by 10%. And -5 to special move arts cost for 10 timer counts. Okay, that's actually, this right here, all of that is pretty ridiculous. Plus 10% to damage inflicted for 10 timer counts. I think it doesn't stack. I think it's only like, or maybe it does stack because it restores Vanishing Gorge by 10% each time, and then you get 10% to damage inflicted each time. So you could stack it up and be pretty crazy with damage and getting your vanish back in a lot of situations. And considering with the main ability you could get your vanish back 100%, you can get your vanish back quite a lot with this guy, and that's really good. Okay, so he has a cover change against strike arts. It's comboable with the special move. Rapidly charges own unique gorge according to key charge time while this character is on the battlefield. I was wondering how you'd get the unique gorge filled. Okay, so it's similar to the Ultra Kaioken Goku, the Super Saiyan Blue one. So you just charge it up and you get it. It's similar to the LF Perfect Cell as well. So applies the following effects to self once unique gorge is full. So those are special arts. Activates once. Activation count resets only once when one allied character is defeated. Okay, you basically kind of want this guy to be a last man standing because he will just do really well with defeated battle members. So randomly draws one new card when you have 3 or fewer. Restores health by 15%, restores ki by 40, plus 50% to damage inflicted. Activates 3 times. 10% to special move damage, 10% to ultimate damage, and 20% to ki recovery. All of these activate 3 times. So you want to make it so that you fill up your gorge at least 3 times each match. So you could get like, this will go up to 45%, 30%, 30%, 60%. Like you will be in a crazy position once you got all of those like at the max they could be. Okay, cancels abnormal conditions and attribute downgrades. The following effects occur when hit by an enemy's arch attack while this character is on the battlefield. So plus 20% to damage inflicted for 10 timer counts. Restores health by 5% 5 times. Resets if an ally is defeated. Reduces enemy ki by 25 times. And resets if allied character is defeated. Okay, this guy's looking ridiculous. I honestly think he's going to be a very good LF. Let me know if you're excited for it. With everything we've seen from the kit, he looks ridiculous and I'm excited to summon for this dude. So other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button. I see more in the future, subscribe. See you on the next one. Goodbye.